Hey, FlimsyLunchTray here, and we are back with another part of our new player guide series. And today we are in random battles and tier 2 in a Russian destroyer, which I do not believe I can even begin to pronounce the name correctly. Maybe I'll have a crack at it, be like, let's just not. So today in this video, this battle itself was one of the hardest battles I've had so far on the European server in random battles. Now, looking at the lineup, there was only, let's see here, there were 2 humans on my team, so 3 in total on my team, including myself, and 3 on the enemy team. I do forget to, when I was recording this replay, the full battle interface to see team lineup and stuff. I will get to that at some point in the battle, but it's going to be a little bit later before I remember to activate that. So this is a really hard battle. And from the title, you can see I have it listed as amateur. And that is to get the achievement. There's an achievement called amateur where you win 10 random battles is the achievement. So this is going to be our 10th win in random battles. So particularly on this map, it's because it's tier 2, you're very close to the lineup. There's not much map distance between you and the enemy team, so once you get sailing, pretty soon you're going to start detecting cruisers and picking up the destroyers as they get closer, especially for bots, since bots just fire as soon as they see the first target if they're within gun range. Now here I was focusing on a human player, so this destroyer trick coming at us is a human. So even when I'm in random battles, you want it to be all human players, but at the low tiers it's just not enough human players to populate it all. It's going to have to be focusing on the human players, since the human players are a bit more wise and smart compared to the bots per se. So like here, this human player, he's going broadside, so to me, he's a destroyer, and that just tells me he's probably dumping torpedoes into my smoke screen. So just being conscious of that fact, I reverse back, and there's the torpedoes. So it's just kind of telltale signs, just like that player did. Like, he got really close, went broadside, and that just tells me, yeah, he's going to be dumping torpedoes. So we do get to set him on fire there. We do get 3 racks of torpedoes with this Russian destroyer, but they're extremely close range. They're like 4 kilometers. So I wanted to play this ship because I wanted to get up to the Dursky, which is the tier 3 Russian destroyer, which is one of my favorite tier 3 destroyers in the game. I'll have a video on it eventually where you get to kind of see that in action. So I go ahead and disengage from the flank. I'm going to go dark, try to get behind this island. We're still detected right now because of fired guns, and there's a bot in our cap. They're going to have to chime in and help kill. But kind of falling back using the islands because there's this human player again who's popped back up. I'm trying to kill him, but it's kind of harder at the lower tiers to have, let's say, the dispersion of your main battery to feel like you can land effective shots. So now we'll switch back to this cruiser who's taking a fancy to us and get rid of him. There, his fire finally got him. So we're about to, looks like almost half health, or maybe right at it. So I've got to keep that in mind and how I'm playing. I can't be really playing too aggressive anymore. We are down 4 ships while the enemy is only down 2 ships. So I'm going to use a smoke screen here, and don't necessarily get a lot of smoke screens with the build that I have. I don't think I even had a 3 or 6 point commander on this destroyer because I was wanting to rate and use it for the Dursky. But I have to be mindful. Now, I'm looking at the gun placement. There's 2 guns on the rear of the ship. So when I position myself, if I'm not sitting, broadside in a smoke screen, I kind of want to sit away at an angle so I can kite, be less of a target for enemy ships to shoot at. So when you're attacking with this ship, you almost want to just be having the rear of your ship facing the enemy team. So we've got, looks like that was the other human player. So we got 2 destroyed so far. Still hanging on in there. The bots, because this is a standard battle, they'll go for your cap. And so if they sit in your cap, then that just means, it slows down your points. Sorry, I kind of lost my train of thought there. But slows down your point intake. So you want to keep the bots out of the cap, which you can kind of see. That's why I've moved over this direction too, just because the bots were putting pressure, human players were putting pressure on our cap, and wanting to focus on keeping them out. Now this destroyer player in front of me, I think it was a bot. Yeah, it was a bot. It didn't bother me to be shooting when he was still alive, but now he's dead. The bots are probably going to be focusing their fire to me. As you can see, we have what it looks like 2 cruisers and a destroyer shooting at us right now. So I just need to disengage. I'm going to dump these preemptive torpedoes, and we'll keep kiting away. And at some point, we're going to decide to go ahead. It's time to go dark. We're taking too much damage, because having to watch the health pull. But unfortunately, kind of having to take this fight. You can see most all of our team, the bots, they're on the flanks, and we really don't have anyone else in the center besides this other cruiser bot. That's off to the right of the screen. So basically, I'm utilizing the WASD keys. You can kind of see there's kind of like this snake motion going on in the water. And we're doing that. I'm not playing too much with the, well, yeah, there I go to play with the throttle. Because I'm looking at what my concealment range is, and I know I'm close to getting out of it. And so I'm just going to go ahead and kind of slow down, and there we go. So now we have no bots, or we have no team players or bots on my team that are in the cap. So the the enemy team is now getting capture progress. It takes 3 minutes for one enemy team player to cap a base in standard battle. If there's a few more, I think it's like up to 3 total, that accelerates the capture progress. So the more enemy team in your cap, the quicker they cap. Smoke generator started. Now I'm going ahead and use my last smoke. Well, this is a little bit tricky. And when I made the decision to use the smoke screen here, because the bots on my team they're completely on the flanks. So that means my spotting is not great, but I needed to get that reset on him. So I'm going to inch out of the cap here, and then I'm going to reverse back in, try to get a reset. We'll shoot the cruiser. Yeah, there's 2 defended. See if we can't reset the destroyer too. Yeah, I got a reset ribbon on him, a defended ribbon. So now basically it's focusing on resetting their cap progress. And I'm going to dump my torp sets into there. Bots will push towards the closest enemy target towards them. Just normal bot behavior. And I still don't have my allied bot cruisers close enough to be detecting, so I'm going to have to stick out of the smoke again, doing very slowly. Let's see if we could reset here. No, I missed. Oh, and torpedoes just ran out. So there's 2 defended ribbons there. And now my bots allies are close enough where now they're keeping this cruiser and the destroyer lit. Get a fire. And now I'm detected, so I need to get out of here, and I instantly activate my engine boost because I'm going to need the speed, I'm going to need the agility, because we're just over 2,000 health now. And again, I was saying, I have 2 guns in the rear, so we're going to be using that towards our advantage here. So one of the things that it's helpful as a player, because I realize some of you, your new player guides here, what are tips and tricks to give that will help you. One is you'll notice me switching in and out, like after I pop a shot off. I'm looking back out full screen. I'm doing this for awareness because I don't want it to stay zoomed in on a target. And tunnel visioning. Tunnel visioning is what gets you killed and really limits you. So usually after I pop a few shots, you push the shift key, you're zoomed in. That's how I have it set up on mine. And then you press it again, you're looking out full view. Another thing you can do is free look. If you're zoomed in, just right click on your mouse with the default setup, and then that will show you expanded view, and then you just let off the free look and your zooms, or the right click, right mouse key, and you're zoomed right back in. So popping these shots, it helps me also see where the incoming fire is. So if I can do something to dodge, I'm pretty concerned here that I'm going to go down here. So I'm trying to kill him, see if I can go dark. But there's this other cruiser bot that's pushing in that has me detected. And we're at 300 health. So that's the importance when you are engaging in target firing, to zoom out and see where this incoming shots are in. So I'm following the tracers of these HE shells coming in towards me. And we're able to, for the most part, pretty effectively dodge. Even though we took damage, but if we were sailing a straight line, we probably would have died there. So now I'm going to move up to, so there's a smoke screen here, right? If I get this smoke screen and this between me and that cruiser, and this island between me and the other bot cruiser on the opposite side of this island, I can shoot that cruiser in our that's just outside of our cap that you can see shooting at this cruiser in front of me right now. I can shoot at him without being detected or spotted. But I'm kind of focused more or less on that cruiser there, and then there's this destroyer who needs to go down. So I'm lining up my shot, trying to see if they're going to focus on me since I'm lower health. So far they're focusing on the cruiser in front of me. And I'm going to pull back forward. So now here's the part where I get to move forward, and now I have the smoke screen between me and the cruiser in the distance, so I'm detected. That's nice when you don't have any smoke screens. One, utilize an island around you. Two, utilize an enemy smoke screen to your advantage. And that's what we're trying to do here. So we're still, there's just over 100 points behind. And this is when I remember, like, oh, I should get the settings up with the audio interface. But the bot destroyer comes back out, and we grab the kill. So that's going to be our 4th kill of the match. So again, being conscious of my surroundings, seeing where the enemy bots are positioned. So it looks like that enemy smoke screen's dissipating, so I'm going to move up here. The one bot's being cheeky in the distance, firing at me. Now it's 4 versus 2. I give him a well done. He's done really good in helping this game stay alive. But now I'm using the corner of the island. I'm firing over the corner of the island, and I'm dark in doing so. So that's great. Again, when you don't have a smoke screen, utilize what you have around you to be able to continue to get damage in. So we're able to set a fire, and looks like he DCP'd it, meaning he uses a damage control party, which is and if you look at my consumables, it's the one on the left. It's the R key. And we've still got the island between me and the other bot. And he goes down. So now it's just this last bot. So it's 4 versus 1. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to reverse, and I'm going to continue to use the side of this island because my health pool is so low that I can't just risk being out in the open, gunboating, as it were, because it's just too dangerous. Now I'm sure my remaining bots could be able to do the job, but it could drag the battle out because, we're just over 5 minutes before the battle ends, and we got the kills we needed, so we have the points advantage now, over 100 points. So now we're using this dip in the island, and we're firing dark. So anytime that you can isolate one-on-ones like if the enemy ship can see you, and or just fire like I am, like this guy's detected and I'm firing dark. Anything you can do to help retain your health pool for later helps you a lot, especially as a destroyer player. If you keep most of your health towards like the end of the game, and let's say you have to YOLO rush a battleship or cruiser or something, and you have the health pool to take a full salvo and not die and kill the battleship, that's great, really helpful. So actually grab Confederate there, which is a random battles achievement. I'm switching between the turrets if you're wondering how I'm doing that. You press C, so instead of being at that front turret when you first start in, you push C, it goes towards the back. So we got a Kraken Unleashed there on that last kill, and then you can see there's the amateur achievement. It's the first of the 3, and then it's Confederate, and then Kraken Unleashed, the squid. Over 39,000 damage, 5 destroyed, 9 set on fires, 11 defended ribbons. Defended ribbons give you some nice base XP earnings, which we got 1,412 base experience. I was playing some tier 9 battles the other day before the recording of this video, and I was playing tier 9 and I did not break 1,412 experience. I think in 1 or 2 battles I was playing. So yeah, so that much base XP at this low tier, at tier 2, is pretty notable. Here you can see the damage layout. We had potential damage, looks like over 500,000, which actually is pretty hefty for tier 2. You can see now the earnings without premium versus with premium. So this is basically my free-to-play account. I've not spent one penny, $1 on this account, so that is kind of the goal and mindset with this account for now, to kind of keeping this going and just showing you what this in a World of Warships account, this being on my EU server account, what it looks like to play the game without spending any money so far on the game. So we're going to continue on with this series naturally. I got to play some more battles and get a little bit closer so we can reach that next access level. But I want to show you off these different battles in the meantime as we grind up to the next access level, and just giving you some tips and tricks along the way as a new player that you can use to help improve your skills. So if you are liking this series and you've liked this video, give it a thumbs up. If you did not, give it a thumbs down. Subscribe if you do want to see more. And if you haven't subscribed, thanks so much. I really appreciate it, as we're drawing in on 400 subscribers as I record this video. And I think it's going to be about a week before this video goes up after the recording. So thanks so much, and until next time, take care.